All right, so we have Gary here today. He's going to tell us a little bit about his experience at Eagle Ridge Fitness. First of all, so how long have you been at Eagle Ridge Fitness?
A little over 3 years now.
Wow, excellent. So, what was your life like before Eagle Ridge Fitness?
Pretty sedentary, a lot of watching TV. When I did exercise, it was walking, hill climbing, hiking, that kind of thing. Didn't really have an idea about what the diet should be. And I weighed basically 240 pounds.
Okay. Were there any other sort of other fitness programs that you tried before?
Yeah, place we live has a gym. Tried to work out in the gym on my own. Just going by the sort of program exercises listed on the wall next to the piece of machinery. Did a fair bit of swimming, and as I say, walking really and hiking. And I didn't keep it up, mostly because I was doing it on my own. So I would fall back, and I didn't know about diet controls. Had eaten the same way my entire life. Seemed to be fine when I was younger, but wasn't as I got older.
Okay. So what areas of your body or were you frustrated with, or even health areas that you wanted to improve at that time?
At the time, I had high blood pressure. I had high blood pressure for about a year, well, probably 5 years before that, but I had been on medication for about a year, year and a half. As I mentioned, I was considerably overweight. Knees ached, joints generally ached. I'd wake up in the morning and still feel tired, and it was almost a chore to get out of bed. There were times at work when I had difficulty staying focused on things, and none of that was good. I knew I needed to do something about it. I was looking around for gyms, and my wife actually located Eagle Ridge.
Great. So what sort of, I mean, you see some great results here. I've seen, your transformation over the years. But tell us a little bit about the sort of results you've seen here.
Well, when we first joined, it was for a challenge. It was a post-Christmas challenge. And so we took it really seriously. In the first, it was a 21-day challenge, and I lost 16 pounds, so I was pretty proud of myself at the time. We decided to continue on, and over the ensuing year, I ultimately got down to 192, so lost nearly 50 pounds, 48 pounds. Flexibility-wise, incredibly much more flexible. I still have aches and pains. I'm 66 years old this May, and so I'm going to have aches and pains. But the odd thing is, I'll show up for an exercise session, and knee will ache. And by the end of that exercise session, the ache's gone. Generally, I feel better after the exercise than I do at the start of the exercise. I climb the stairs at work now. I'm on the 11th floor. When I show up in the morning, I climb the stairs to the office. I couldn't have done that 4 years ago. I'm not out of breath when I get to my desk. I can do things now that I couldn't do 3+ years ago.
Wow, excellent. So how would you describe Eagle Ridge Fitness?
I like the, it's small groups. I think that's the first thing. Obviously, you go to a lot of other gyms, there'll be 40 people in a class, and it's all focused on one thing. This is mixed up. It's smaller groups. You work on a variety of things. As I've told people at work when they ask me what I do, it's weights, it's You can take out your frustrations with your boss on your punch bag. You can, it's weights, it's cardio, it's a lot of repetition on things, but it's all enjoyable. There's always something that's fairly easy and you feel good about yourself. You can push yourself on, and then there's things that are fairly hard and a challenge, and you can go lighter on the weights on those things. There's a lot of variety. The other thing I like about it is the trainers are good. The trainers get to know you, and they know what issues you have, both things you need to deal with, and also things that you have to watch. I have bad back, so generally the trainers know that. And there's a sense of community. You get to know people. You exercise with them regularly. You're often paired with them. You can push each other. You can motivate each other when you're paired with people in your community, in your exercise group.
Great. So what makes Eagle Ridge Fitness different than any other fitness program you've tried? Or
as I mentioned, the sense of community, the small size, the trainers are almost friends. You're not just another individual who won't be missed if you miss a session. It's generally the community that keeps me coming back, I guess.
Awesome. So I got one last question here. What words of advice would you give somebody who's on the fence about trying Eagle Ridge Fitness?
Well, I will say, first of all, when I started, I was 62, 63. A lot of people will quit worrying about exercise at that age. Doesn't matter how old you are, you can still work on this kind of regime, and you'll see dramatic improvements if you keep at it. As for being on the bench or on the edge of getting into an exercise program, especially with Eagle Ridge, every exercise is going to cost you some money. You can't get anything free, and you're not going to be able to do it on your own. You need to have some kind of motivation and some kind of community for what you get at Eagle Ridge Fitness. I think the cost is cheap. Better not say that to Sam. It's worth it, I guess. You should give it a try. Come for a challenge, maybe, and be serious about the challenge. And keep at it for at least 6 months and see what kind of improvements you see. And then if you like the community, if you like the gym, you like the trainers, stick with it, because sticking with it is just as important as losing the weight and getting fit initially.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.